Hello, everyone. I'm Taro Stash. Thanks for being here. Today, I'm joined by the amazing Purple Elephant Deb H. We are having a silly casual, and the topic for today is joy as resistance. Let me say that again. This is joy as resistance. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe because it's free. I also understand some people aren't getting notifications or something like that. So I'm sorry to hear that. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really.
I wanted to add that if you are watching this later on, and you are not able to join us live for whatever reason, you can still like and subscribe. So,
You can also feel free to leave a comment.
yes,
That's that brings me joy.
yes,
So
brings all of us joy.
yes. Deb, how have you been?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing fine. This was an opportunity for me to also say, Deb, what do you have coming up on your channel?
I don't have anything at the moment. I still am in trying to decide what to do for a topic for my next video. But also, at some point, we may have something secret in the planning with um, another of our content creators, another reader, and that be on the lookout for that because it's going to be really special.
Do it.
Yes.
You could also talk about things that bring you joy.
Yes, you could.
Well, you could.
Oh, yes, I
Yeah,
do.
you could.
I do try to do that on my channel. I try to do that.
Of course. Of course.
You see, my memory is this long, so
There you go. There you go. We are simulcasting this. So this is I'm simulcasting on both of our channels. In the description are ways that you can show your support to the channel beyond just subscribing and liking and ringing the notification bell.
yes.
So there you go. No obligations at all. And we have Suzanne Grigsby is here, Russ Bob's Barbara, Maru is here, and Maru is doing a nice job of linking uh,
Yes,
on
she is.
both of our channels. Amanda Carroll, Nita's Nook, hello Nita, Hypnicity, Linda Kelzer. Oh, here you go. Liking on both channels helps support these wonderful people.
Thank you so much.
There you go. And Amanda Carroll, I think I already said. So today we're talking about joy as resistance.
Yes.
This sort of came up because I was last week I was working on preparing for YouTube stuff, and I was like going, I don't currently have anything scheduled at this time, and I'm like going, hey Deb, what are you doing? Like one does. And she's like going, a show with you.
Yes.
And I went, okay, what do you want to talk about? And the idea of joy as resistance is something that goes back to, we talked about the grid and how the grid is important.
Yeah.
So for those of you who may have missed that, what's the grid, Deb? What is that grid?
The grid is the way by which we all connect and share our energy. So all of us, readers, light workers, everyone that doesn't know anything about us, we are all connected to the grid by our energy. And our energy then becomes one together in the grid. And then we're able, if we use it, our intentions, we are able to um, isolate certain things that we want to accomplish
Yes.
through the grid.
Mhm. Well, and yes, we also talked about the grid as a sense of healing.
Yes.
And one of the important things about that, by the way, anybody who saw that show or the shows that we're talking about, please let us know in the comments in the chat. Saint D is here.
Yes.
Hello, Saint D. And Linda de Gonzalez is here.
Linda.
I am a guest tomorrow with Linda, Viviani, and Diana for the
Well,
Akashic Adventures.
excellent.
So I'm very excited about that. But the idea of is that however you do your own work, your prayers, your magic, your energy,
Yes.
whatever you do, just do it as authentically as you can, and then it becomes part of the grid.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You have
Yeah, I think this is a definitely a build up off of that, because that grid is supercharged by joy. I mean, it really is.
so
Never
just
saw the show, but I connect with the grid intentionally every night, along with connecting to the earth. That's beautiful.
absolutely. Just a word about doing what you do. It doesn't, this is something, and I went over this before. When I was first diagnosed and was in the hospital, I got this understanding in the hospital
Yes, you
that we are all, no matter what we do, it's acceptable and it's connected. So, whoever your higher source is, who your higher power is,
did. Hmm.
whatever deity that you serve, whatever you do, it doesn't matter to those who are accepting
Hmm.
what we do. It that all together we can come together and join our energies.
Yes.
The only thing that's important is that whatever you do, it is what Gerald said, authentic to you, and
Hmm.
that it works for you.
Yes. I love that. And we had also talked about the importance of, you don't have to feel like you're doing something huge.
Mm.
It can be the smallest thing, but that authenticity really augments it and
I
and links it in.
It's something as simple, and I'm this just popped into my head. A lot of people will, when they go and honor their loved ones at I used to work in a cemetery, so that's why this comes to my mind. In a cemetery, people will leave rocks as a remembrance
Oh, okay.
on the space. So something as simple as that can connect you to the grid.
Yeah.
Something as simple as honoring someone you love.
Hmm. Yes. Well, and I also say, when I grew up Catholic, and before every meal, we said a prayer. And
Yes.
part of that prayer was to honor those who have gone before us,
Yeah.
and to connect us all. Hypnicity says, we all have a spot on the grid. We are each a piece of a complex puzzle.
Absolutely.
Each of us has a role to play. And a simple smile can change someone's day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So, and I don't, my thing is I don't really care how you're praying, how you're doing your spells or your work or whatever. I don't care. When it's authentic, it gets up there into the grid.
It does. It does. And it connects us all, whether we know it or not. So
Mhm.
when we are, when, if we intentionally, whenever we're having joy, intentionally connect it with, um, that we want it to go to bolster something, which is, um, so like today we're talking about resistance. So if we want it to go to bolster the energy of the resistance as it stands today, or
Mhm.
as it will be tomorrow, we want to we can do that. We can connect to the grid and have it continue and grow exponentially.
Yes.
So when we do things together, we are stronger. And that goes for energy as well.
Yes. We've got some great comments, and I'm going to get to those in a second, Linda and Nalani. I think it's really very important to understand that joy means different things to different people. When we say joy, part of the challenge is, what is it that's going to give you some joy? And with that in mind, I want to remind you of a definition of joy. This section of the video is brought to you by the word joy. Everyone say it with me. Joy. Joy. The emotion evoked by well-being, success, or good fortune, or by the prospect of possessing what one desires. Like, share, subscribe, and spread the Tarot Stash joy. Joy. I do have to say, I was very fortunate to work with a director in the children's theater. She explains that an actor is very skilled when they can communicate the joy that they have for what is going on. It's very easy to get some of the to have people experience sorrow or anger. It's challenging to get people to experience joy.
Yes.
Part of that may be because people have forgotten what that joy is. And oh, look at Monkey. See, it's the monkey joy, everyone.
It is. It is. He's
Sorry.
just
So, and so I really like the idea that joy is one of those things that when you really connect into it, it can be addictive. It can also be what do you call it? If I have joy, you get joy. It's contagious.
yes.
It's contagious. I actually think that that's a really important thing for us to remember. Right now, lots of things are going on in the world energetically. I'm not talking just politics, but just lots of energy is going on in the world, and joy is being lost.
I think so.
I think it's really critical for us to start finding that joy, really looking for it, glimmer globes, whatever you want, recognizing that joy, also sharing it with other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, joy and luck are connected. Yes, very
Yeah.
much.
And I wanted to also, well, I lost my thought. About joy being uh, uh, more difficult. What your director said, it's more difficult to bring.
Oh, she's frozen. Okay, you froze there for a second.
Did I? Am I still
No,
frozen?
you're not still frozen. Go ahead.
Okay. That you had that joy is more difficult to convey from the stage. It's also more difficult in life. So people will automatically go to the sorrow and the anger. They won't automatically go to joy.
Yes.
So that is prevalent in the world right now with all of these energies going on that are taking people away from their joy. And that is what those in power want. They want you to lose your joy. They want you to be fearful and
Yeah.
sorrowful and sad and
Mhm.
upset and angry. They want all those negative things to come
Correct.
forward. So if we inject some joy into it, then that dissipates it that much. Every ounce of joy we put into it takes away from the anger and the fear.
Yeah, it helps to find a balance to where the scales are a little off or a
Yeah.
lot off, depending upon where you are. And yeah, all the world is but a place. Behold the joyful player, Maya. Yeah. And oh, Deb's frozen.
Did I freeze or was I just
Well, you sort of went like this.
Oh, I did that. I'm
Okay.
my brain is glitching right now, so you guys have to excuse me a
Yeah.
little bit.
Maru said, plus, if you laugh at bullies, it makes them
Impotent.
impotent.
Yes, it does. And it makes them angry
Yes.
or
Yeah.
fearful.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to catch up in chat.
okay.
And Planet C64 is here. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Joy is contagious. Best Monday message.
Yeah.
And I would say joy is absolutely contagious. And by the way, when somebody doesn't like the joy that you're spreading, spread them a little bit more and then move on to somebody else.
And you can do that by leading with love. If you lead with love, it won't be as hard to extend joy to those that wish you harm.
Yes. Joy and luck are connected.
Yes, I agree.
A smile is a seed for joy. Absolutely. Yes, and we are having the monkey love.
We are.
So Patricia, by the way, hello. Good to see you. Here you go. Knitting brings me joy. It relaxes me and helps me give to others. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. We had a question from Linda de Gonzalez. Is, quote, connecting to the grid, end quote, another way of saying being in alignment?
Sort of. I think it was Madame Maru gave an excellent synopsis of what the grid is.
This one, the cosmic grid is a living entity like the planets are living energetic organisms. The cosmic grid is an intelligent entity created by the divine.
That is so. It is. I spent the better part of my life working on the grid. I didn't know that's what I was doing until someone pointed out to me that I was being followed around by Dolores Cannon, who, as many of you know, has crossed over to the other side. So she was following me from there. And so I looked into some of what she was speaking about. And the thing that resonated the most with me was this idea of the grid and the helpers who had volunteered to come to work on this planet or help this planet through a trying time and of transition.
Yeah.
And that some of those would be grid workers. And when she said grid workers, I thought, that's what I've been doing. And so that was when I began to understand what it was. And she didn't elaborate on it, but I, through my own investigation, both mundane and as esoteric, I found out exactly what Meritus just said. That
Yes.
it is a living entity, that we are all connected to it.
Yes.
My work with it was coming to an end, and it was time to put into practice what I had been working on and see that what my work was good and that I had what I had contributed was a good thing, and that now it's time to spread the word about the grid and how we are all connected to it. So, Linda, it is being in alignment, but it's so much more than being in alignment. It's being one with each other.
We could have a bigger conversation or a larger conversation about this. That is that being in alignment. I think being in alignment is a critical part to connecting with the grid. In Gerald's opinion, for entertainment purposes only, don't come from a YouTube. If I'm authentically feeling my emotions and I am allowing myself to feel those, there is a push of that energy of honoring how I am feeling instead of fighting against it.
Yes.
So, I can be sad, but when I allow myself to be sad, that sadness does not control me. And that sadness can move through me. And because it moves through me, it can transform.
Yes, and that is how we are when we connect then not only to the grid, when we consciously and with intention connect not only to the grid, and then we also connect to Mother Earth, to Gaia, then that sadness is given to Gaia and transmuted and sent back as joy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And, and again, the best chatters are really bringing it. I also want to say energy is energy, and energy expands and grows and evolves. I also think that energy that coincides with other energy have an influence on each other.
Yes.
I don't know a whole lot about astrology,
I don't
any of the
either.
different kinds, but and so part of that is recognizing, wow, if a certain planet has this energy and that is in this particular house or this position, it influences that.
It
It's
does.
it's the complicated readings with these circle punched cards when you have cards interacting with each other.
Yes.
Linda, does that help? Because part of it is also is could we say that the grid is also the Akash?
We could. We could.
I mean, one of the things that I've tried to learn is to not limit the possibilities because of my
No.
3D brain. So,
Try never to limit the possibilities,
yeah.
and allow for that's how we allow for growth and better
Yes.
understanding, is if we don't limit ourselves or the possibilities.
Yes.
The best chatters are really bringing it.
They're bringing it. So let me get caught up on some of these. Okay. Plus, if you would laugh at the bullies, there you go. Shine anyway. Yes. Had enough is here. Connect to the heart-centered joy we are all made of in the one and let it radiate from there.
Absolutely, we all have a piece of the divine within us.
And sometimes that is hard to remember,
It is, because
especially when someone is not being what we would call kind.
Yes.
So,
Yes, it's hard to remember sometimes.
yes, it's very hard to remember. Giving someone a gift they really like and can use makes me feel joy.
Yes.
Me too. Me too. Um, so, ley lines, grid part of it or different?
I would think part of the connection, that it's not just part of it, it's part of the connection. It allows our ability to ground and connect with Gaia so that she can connect with the grid.
Mm-hmm.
She connects with the grid through us. And
Yeah.
so the ley lines offer a stronger place, a stronger point for that to take place.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of us are light workers. Does that make us a grid worker as well?
I think that in our own way, most of us are grid workers. Only those who work against it, who are actively, whether they know it or not, trying to tear it down, are not grid workers. Some of us have been allocated to work in particular ways. But all of us contribute. It's kind of like a beehive or an ant colony where the queen has a specific job, but then all the workers do the heavy lifting. So that is, I would say that is true. That and honestly, there's no difference whether we call ourselves light workers, we call ourselves witches, we call ourselves Christian, we call whatever Muslim, whatever we call ourselves, we are grid workers and connect to the grid.
I also would say whatever workers we are, light, dark, gray, doesn't matter. When
Does
we
not
do it
matter.
authentically, we are part of a whole.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
don't necessarily understand what that whole is, but I will say right now, bring more joy,
And
because
in line
joy.
with that, Gerald, I'm going to stop you because the Beavis and Butthead in my head just said,
Yes,
"Hole."
not
I'm
messing with the
sorry.
Beavis and Butthead.
I'm sorry. I couldn't. I
Go for it.
had to.
Go for it.
So, and joy, when we talk about joy, it is not what is it? Toxic positivity. That is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about being oblivious to what's going on in the world. We're not talking
Correct.
about being a tone deaf to someone who's in pain or ill, or
Yes.
we are talking about intentionally sending our joy to a place where it can do some good.
Well, I agree 100% with that.
I'm
Toxic.
sorry, Gerald.
Why are you sorry? Here, let's all take a sip. Nice mug there, Deb.
Why, thank you. I believe I got this on at the Tarot Stash store.
So I think it's one of those things. Toxic positivity is when people are not recognizing the emotions that people are having.
Yes,
Toxic positivity is a term that drives me crazy.
it does me too. There
So,
are people that are that way, though. I
oh,
mean,
there really are. I'm
there
I'm
really are.
sending, yes, they're not hearing anything that they're saying, people are saying. They're not holding space for people.
That is a fact.
So, and so I think it's one of those things for me is when somebody does not recognize what I'm saying or the feelings that I'm having or recognize them, I'm not trying to get them to fix it. I
No.
just want them to see me and to see me where I am. If
Yes.
you can see me where I am and you hold space with me, I'm not going to need you to hold that space very long because you feel me, you hear me.
Yes.
Yeah. Toxic positivity is telling someone who is in real risk or pain to just smile and be happy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That
Yes.
is, and I am not, that the term drives me crazy, but there are definitely those who do that.
Yes.
And that is not what we're talking about.
Yes.
St. D had a
This one.
comment.
If we are not alignment, can we still be effective in our gifts?
Um,
Is that the one?
yes, and I want to address the thought that we might not be in alignment. Um, I think that if we are being our genuine self, our authentic self, we are in alignment. Now,
Mhm.
we may not know what to do with that alignment.
Yes.
I think we are in alignment. So I would say that it does not affect your gifts. I know there are people who are gifted who are grifters. Not being in alignment has not affected their gifts, but
Mhm.
it does affect what they do with their gifts. So
Yes.
being in alignment would be using your gifts in an appropriate way and
Mhm.
not taking advantage of people, but trying to. authentically tell the message that you're given
Yeah.
rather than trying to separate someone from their money. That's
Oh, yeah.
so I think that that is the biggest way to not be in alignment. And all of us that are doing the best we can with what we have are in alignment insofar as where the grid is able to work through us.
Yes, we're all part of an energy point
Yeah.
on the grid, I believe.
Yes.
I also wonder if you're saying, are you feeling that you are not in alignment? Because if you're asking that question, you're in alignment
Yes.
because you
I
are aware
also
of something outside of yourself and something that you are able to contribute to.
yes. And I St. D has imposter syndrome. She doesn't believe she has the gifts that she has, or that
D, it was her, not me.
I said that. I said that. And I have as much as said, I haven't used those words to her, but I have as much as said that to her, that she is genuine in what she
Oh,
is
sure.
doing.
Yes.
Yes.
I also think let's pull back a little bit, and there are moments when sometimes we don't feel like we're doing everything that we could.
Yes.
I'm not working to my full potential. I don't know. Is that anybody
And
else in
that's
there?
normal. Yes.
Yes.
And
Because
that's normal. We all have those feelings. We
yes.
all sometimes feel like we're not on the right track or doing the right thing or using our gifts to the best of our ability.
Yes.
And just like Gerald said, when we have those questions, then that's we are on the right track. You
Yes.
know, the only people who don't sometimes ask themselves, am I crazy, are the crazy people.
Yes.
So if you're asking those questions, then you are in alignment. You are doing what you were sent here to do, what you
Mhm.
came to do. Not that you were sent, but that you came to do, that you
Yes.
volunteered, each of us volunteered to be here at this time. So there has to be a reason for that.
Yes. I also am reminding myself of what a mentor told me a long time ago, which is confusion comes before understanding.
Yes,
I
I
say that
agree with
again. Confusion comes before understanding. There's the awkward stage. You suddenly are no longer able to do the things that you were able to do before, and it's confusing. So then comes understanding.
that.
So,
Yes,
and
yes. So um, um, oh, thank you, Play Love, Remember. Thank you for, thank you for being here with us. Um, but Saint D is that's why we call her Saint D, because she doesn't know how much um, she positively affects me,
and
and
yeah, yeah,
not just me. She affects everyone around her.
yes. So the idea of joy as resistance, it's like joy is the best revenge.
It kind of is.
Hmm. Yes.
So if I can be joyful in spite of someone trying to bully me
Hmm.
and not do it in a kind of not do it as revenge, but and that's when revenge really is the best. It's when it happens just naturally.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
that's that's the best. That's
Hmm.
being able to um, positively contribute to the whole.
Yes. Hershey the Shadow Reader is here, and I
Hershey.
like that. Oh, here's an interesting thing. Light workers are way showers. Maybe grid workers provide the maps.
That sounds right.
I
That
like
sounds
that.
right in the line. Yes.
I like that.
I like that too.
And we were able to answer Linda's question.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
So I am glad too. I'm like, I allow the difficult emotions, energy to be within me, but I try to dance or work out to move it around and out. That's really good because that idea of unused creativity is not benign, it's malignant.
Yes. Yes. So let it out and let it bring you joy.
Yes.
Whenever we are able to create, well, I'll speak for myself. I don't know about people who create for a living, but when I do something creative and let it out, it brings me joy.
Hmm. Yes. Well, that also is because in the creativity conversations, creativity is also a form of resistance.
Yes. Creativity is from the divine.
Yes. And creativity is one of those things that when we are in stressful situations, it can wear us down, or we can find more joy. We can get more creative to get it is what we need. Um,
Yes.
Oshun Girl actually added a while back, I have a tree who told me to call her Lisa, and we exchange energy every day. She grounds me and sends any of my negative energy into earth, and I give her Reiki and other love practices.
You know, when I read that, I was prompted to acquire a bonsai tree yesterday,
Nice.
and I have a brown thumb. I'm killing my rosemary garden as we speak. I'm trying to save it the best that I can. But I was prompted to get this bonsai tree yesterday because I'm not able to really get out into the courtyard and touch the trees that I used to be able to do that
Hmm.
to. But now I have this tiny tree that I can touch and fuss over and water, and so I'm hopeful that I won't do to it what I've been doing to the rosemary.
Okay, and be careful how you're saying it.
I am,
You are going to be enjoying the time and the energy exchange.
yes, I am. I'm going to be enjoying the time and energy exchange, just like Ocean Girl has just said about
Yeah.
having this tree as her friend. That
Yes.
it's, uh, I now have a tree who is a friend. I haven't received a name yet, but I will. And I'm going about the relationship slowly. And
Mhm.
uh,
Oh, of course.
I'm
Yeah.
that brings me joy, that because I never before yesterday thought about having one in my possession.
Mhm.
So now I can have a little bit of nature with me.
Yeah. You'll get one. Yeah.
Yes,
So I do have to ask, is it Ocean Girl or is it Oshun Girl? The
yes,
the goddess? Because
yes.
I'm curious.
Give
Because
us a clarification on
because
pronunciation.
I'm a big fan of Oshun. So the
Yes, that
Celestine
too.
the Celestine prophecy talks about sitting in meditation with plants, sending them love increases the positive energy, which improves the flow.
Yes,
Okay, Ocean Girl, cool. You must like the water. I love that. So,
yes.
um, oh, and we have
Water.
a Barkley,
Barkley, cool name for a tree.
and she's obsessed with oceans.
Ocean.
So, and Linda said, "Oh God, yes, the best revenge."
Yes.
So I love that. So, um, Barkley is an adorable name. I think that is quite good. That's quite good. Um, so I do think what I think um, it's important to raise our own vibrations. It's also important to raise the vibrations of the environment around us.
Yes.
Anytime we do that, anytime things are changed, it may make sense to us mentally, but not emotionally, where we have to change and we have to transition beyond the way that was to the new way. That can be stressful.
It can.
We have to remember to calm down a bit and keep showing up.
Yes.
Keep showing
Calm
up.
down, keep showing up. One of the ways that I try to change the energy is I've got myself a little bell,
Very nice.
just a little bit of tinkling on a bell or a bowl, a singing bowl, or something like this can change the energy and raise the vibration. So,
I think if more people wandered around with a fan and
yes,
they felt some negative energy,
yes, and
that would adjust it.
just blow it away. There are so many things you can do to break up the negative energy. So whenever you feel things getting heavy, you can always do something like that, and it immediately lightens up the atmosphere. And
Yes.
so that's telling you that you just raised the energy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I want to. What is it that helps people find joy? Those of you who are watching, those of you who are watching the playback, what helped you to find the joy?
Yes.
So, what helps you find the joy, Deb?
For me, mostly simple things. I find joy in just having a moment to sit with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, um, and just be in the quiet and to absorb what's going on around me. That gives me joy. I find joy in the cards. I find joy in, I've been practicing runes. I find joy in that. So I
Mhm,
find joy in divination. I find joy in monkey. Gives me joy. My cat Willie gives me joy. So
mhm.
the simple things around me is how I find joy right now, because I'm not able to do a whole lot of physical things, but I have been able to get out because I got a new scooter, so I can get out and about.
Love that.
And so I've been, that's been bringing me joy, just being in the energy of other people,
Mhm.
um, instead of,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And so that's just simple things like that have been bringing me joy. Or if I want to, I haven't done this in a while, but I have taken joy in watching operas. I
Very
have
nice.
equal joy in a heavy metal concert. I'm the so music brings me joy. There are tons of things that you can find joy in the small things. And just
Mhm.
remember that when you find yourself having that joyful experience, to intentionally give it to the universe.
Yes. Yes. Paul says hello to all. Seeing Cher tomorrow night.
That's cool.
Um,
Can't believe we're still talking about Cher performing in 2025.
didn't she have 2 or 3 farewell tours? But
Probably. She is she is a force to be reckoned with, um, because my when you say Cher to me, I see Sonny and Cher in shaggy vests singing "I Got You, Babe" in 1964. That's
well, I also think, speaking of somebody who is willing to be able to find the joy, it appears that Cher has been able to do that.
it
She
does
globs
appear.
onto something and runs with it. So,
Yes.
um, feeding the tiggles of feeling the tiggles of life, let me know. I'm going to enjoy the experience.
Yes. There you go. That's
I love it. I love it. And and I think it is some of those things. As we, uh, y- what used to bring us joy may not always bring us joy because our circumstances have changed.
That is definitely a possibility.
I'm going to self-promote here. Get yourself a glimmer jar. Practice the glimmers. Go onto my channel. You can see the introduction to the glimmer globes. Glimmers are those things that when we feel in alignment, they're sparks of joy that are around us. They are triggers for joy.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Hershey said it was supposed to say tingles. I think tickles is kind of funny.
Wow, did you just hear that thunder?
Yes. Even, so.
Oh, rain gives me joy. Just rain, not storms.
Mhm.
And thunder, as long as it's not accompanied by, damaging lightning,
Yes.
that
Of
gives me
course.
joy too.
No, that the bluebird has not flown in yet. So has not flown in yet. I do. Are people understanding why we're saying joy is a form of resistance?
I do not know. The powers that be in the world want us to be downtrodden, want us to be
Uh,
fearful and kept in our place, and generally controllable.
mm-hmm.
When we resist that kind of control in our lives, and we're joyful about doing it, that is at least my understanding is that we are using joy as a resistance. So when we
Yeah.
are doing things for ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and continuing to be happy and joyful in our own life, that brings up the vibrations.
Yes.
And the bringing up of the vibrations is what the resistance is.
Mm-hmm.
It's feeding the resistance. It's feeding the resistance of I am not currently able to be an in-person. Yes, they
They thrive
thrive
on
on
our
lower
lower
energy.
energies. So I take the energy that we have and let's turn up the volume
Yes.
and increase the frequency.
And so I am not able to go out and do the things to openly resist that someone who is in better health or who is younger can do. I am able to help the resistance by being joyful and raising my vibrations, thereby raising the vibrations around me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I intentionally plug that into the grid, then that's raising the vibrations against the lower
Yes.
energies. And
Yes.
that is the resistance.
I love that. We had also talked, I think it was Linda de Gonzalez, and I think it was Linda, and I were talking about the importance of emotion for any energy work that one wants to do.
Absolutely.
Emotions are really powerful. Emotions really propel forward what it is that we are desiring. It is something that allows us to really connect in when it's authentic.
Yes.
I think, let's remember, joy is a very powerful emotion. So it's like, okay, let's have that joy and keep it going. You don't have to have a huge parade.
No.
You can have a huge parade if you want.
You
Great.
can. You can.
Make sure everybody there has the joy and is understanding the idea of let's share that energy. It's that pay it forward a bit
Yes.
without expecting something in return.
Yes.
Because if you're expecting something in return, it's not really sharing
No.
the joy.
It's not. And hypnicity has said resist with love. If you have love, they can't take away our love and our dignity. And that
Mhm.
is how we start. We have true, honest joy, not at someone else's expense, not because someone else got what they were supposed to get, or, we drank their tears or whatever. Joy, true joy from your heart, a genuine, joyful feeling, then that is the best resistance.
Yes. And it was Linda, and you were there, and you were there, and
Mhm.
you were there. It's the idea of, yes, that um, it's the topic of gratitude and actually feeling it.
Yes.
Because the universe says, oh, this person knows what to do with this emotion.
Hmm.
Let's give them more to
Yes.
do it. Let's give them
Yeah.
more responsibility to fill the
Absolutely.
grid. So,
And it is true because we attract what we give out. So if we're giving off joy, then we will attract joy back into our lives.
yes. Mhm. La joyeuse resistance, the joyful resistance. We.
Yes.
Also the idea of using joy, finding joy in the hard moments takes extra work.
It does.
It's totally worth it though.
It is. It is absolutely worth it.
I also think when I'm struggling to find joy, I can share with somebody, I don't have much joy today, or I'm not feeling it. Lo and behold, people can do they can poke the bear a
Yes, they
little
can.
bit and poke the bear with love, little pelts of joy. Lo and behold, it's truly amazing how energizing that can be.
Yes. And to
Yeah.
remember that we're all expressions of the divine. So,
Mhm.
yeah, just when you find the funny in a situation, be grateful for it. There is funny in most situations. There are times when that's not appropriate, but
Yes.
for in general, for the most part, we can find something funny in almost every situation.
Yes, I am very good at finding the funny thing, 'cause, so joy is really important, in building community as well.
Yes.
Ooh, well said.
Yes. And so here we have this community that we are often find ourselves with these days. Um, Finding the joy within the community. Uh, it is it's a big deal right now. Um,
Mhm.
this is the time for it. This is the time when we need more joy than when we're not being um, taxed the way we are. We
Yes.
are being put to the test. Yes, plant
Pla
seeds. And
Plant the seeds of joy. We also need to it is important for us to remember to look for the joy and to help others find the joy,
yes,
especially when you have children around you. Children react to the environment around them.
they
So if you're
absolutely do.
only whining and you're not looking for solutions, that's a problem.
Absolutely. And that is not, you can't, well, I won't say
Yeah.
you can't because never say you can't, but it's difficult to find joy when you're being the complainer, when
Well, what
that's the
happens is
go-to.
you get surrounded. There are some people who come around and that's what they want. That's all they want, and it
Yes,
swirls. It
that is
swirls out of
true.
control.
And right now, those people are the loudest, and they are the ones, um, they're also kind of the ones getting their comeuppance right now. Um, I don't want to take joy in other people's diminished way of perceiving things. But if you wish ill on others and then you take joy in that, then it might be that you get taken down a peg and
Yes, yes.
find some humility. Now, are they going to do that? Probably not, but they might. It might be enough of them to turn the tide.
Michelle Marie is here. Hello, Michelle Marie. And Michelle Marie is doing something new
Is
for the weekly astrology readings. Go to her YouTube page and you can see that. It's very exciting, mixing things up. It's like, woohoo, love that.
excellent.
And Play Love, remember, said, my guides appreciate my sense of humor. They're funny too. I've asked with the pendulum, I'd oh,
F-45. That's the Orange Menace.
okay. That thing took a big no. Okay. And adopt an attitude of gratitude. And an attitude of gratitude
Yeah.
is not discounting what is going on. It's choosing where to spend your time and your energy.
Yes. Okay.
So
Would you let me do this, please?
you're welcome, Michelle. You're welcome. So
Go play.
astrologicaltarot.com is also where there's good information.
Yes.
So I'm looking at my overachiever notes.
Yes. Gerald
Uh,
does. And I wish I was as organized as he is. I take joy in Gerald's organization. I do.
I'll take that. Okay. So we need to mindfully send our joy. We need to recognize the moments of joy in our lives. Joy can be the simplest thing. It can be the biggest thing. It just matters that it's a thing.
Yeah.
Experience joy completely so that you have that full emotion around it, because then that adds a whole lot of oomph to that
Yes.
energy. Joy means different things to different people.
Absolutely.
If you find out that your partner, they like raspberries on their morning cereal, surprise them by getting them some raspberries.
Yes. That's how you spread the joy.
Yes,
So you
yes.
take joy in doing the act, and then they take joy that you thought of them.
And boy, let me tell you that the idea of enjoying someone enjoying themselves, that was a really enlightening experience for me. So it's like, wow. It is important to raise the vibration of our country because it will spill over into the mass energy.
Absolutely.
Feel free to counter that with actions,
Yeah.
lots of small actions.
Yes. Or even the
Build up.
big actions, whatever you feel moved to do, take joy in that. And I must say, if you decide to take more overt action, protect yourself, protect yourself,
Oh,
protect yourself.
absolutely.
So do your research, protect yourself, cover up any tattoos,
Yep.
anything that you can wear a floppy hat and sunglasses and a mask, like as if you were masking for uh, to protect others from
Mhm.
disease. Do that to protect yourself. Whatever you need to
Yes.
do what you feel moved to do, but make sure you protect yourself.
Yes.
I just had to say that. I'm sorry.
You don't
I
have
wanted
to
to
apologize.
interject
It's
it there.
no, it's all good. Uh, Remember, we're not talking about we're talking about authentically feeling emotions,
Yeah.
recognizing those emotions when others are having them, and
Yes.
allowing them to have space for
Yeah.
that. Uh, um, Remember, I mean, build the practice of joy. Do
Yes.
a gratitude journal. Do things like
Yeah.
that. Practice practice the glimmer globe. It
Glimmers. Yes.
really, really, it really, really works. And okay, Deb, that made me remember there are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I love it.
Yes, if you're called to service, do that and it will bring you joy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wise word, Cheryl. We get what we focus on, so why not focus on joy?
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. Every time I send Daniel a 5-pound bag of gummy bears, he takes great joy in the evidence of my affection.
Yes,
So,
that is lovely.
yes. Hi, Spiritual Garden. Great to see you. We're making sure everybody has joy and
Yeah,
remembers that joy is a great form of resistance. Yeah, it is a it's very true.
yes,
It's very true. It's a hard lesson to always remember, because if we didn't get that as a child or growing up, we didn't see that other people were excited for the success of others or the happiness of others. It can be hard and challenging to learn. Oh, and by the way, that idea of laughter, when you're learning things and you're laughing, the learning happens faster,
yes, it does.
changes your energy.
It does.
And so think about that. If we are experiencing things and we have a giggle, we have a laugh, it
Yes,
shifts the vibration.
it does. Laughter is really the best medicine.
Yeah. Here you go. I find joy when I help someone heal with closure or ugly cry from healing their trauma. That's so powerful.
It is. It is.
So very powerful. So, wow. Okay, joy is resistance, people. Your assignment, go find joy.
Yes,
Don't expect it to be, well, here you go. Other people are going to be uncomfortable when you're finding joy. Do it because it makes them uncomfortable. Find some joy in that and hold space for them.
well, and they are going to be uncomfortable when the vibrations start to rise because they're not used to that. They don't they don't live their life in that space. They've been living their life in a lower energy. So
Mm-hmm.
if it makes them uncomfortable, then that's good. Try not to make them so uncomfortable they turn away.
Yeah. Well, and that also, it may be time for me to level up my joy. And again, remember, confusion or discomfort comes before understanding and
Absolutely.
comfort.
Absolutely.
So, oh,
That's true. I take joy in things now I didn't take joy in things 10 years ago.
oh yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Patricia.
And joy always brings out the kids in me. Oh, I love it.
And it should make us feel young.
Yes. Tears lead to laughter, and I am so okay with that. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. There you go. Hershey's doing good stuff. You make
She
Jonathan
is.
and I laugh on your shows, Hershey.
She is.
That's contagious joy. Oh, here you go. Yellow dragon equal joy and confidence, third
Third
chakra.
chakra.
So,
Absolutely.
oh, we did the whole show without me having to show that commercial that everybody hates.
I like that commercial. It makes me
I,
laugh.
it makes me laugh too. It makes me laugh too. So, uh, last thoughts on joy as resistance, Deb. What do you have?
I that be mindful when you are having joy. Don't set out to have joy because I think that kind of spoils it. But when you find yourself in a joyful space, be a little mindful that you're sending that out into the world to raise vibrations. And when you do that, you're using joy as resistance.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yes. Want a quick laugh? Talk about farts.
There you go.
And Maru had said, my eyes are moist with tears of laughter.
Well, you almost got your commercial in.
Yeah. So that's what we came here for, to find joy and lift our vibes. Thanks,
Yeah.
Gerald and Deb. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
Thank you for coming.
it's great to see everyone. We will say farewell, and remember, my thing about joy as resistance is every little bit counts.
Yes, it does.
We are trying to find a balance for things that are very difficult in our lives. I come from a family who, when we are having strong emotions, we are able to lift our spirits we remember a funny story about a person who may have passed on at a funeral, and then we're all giggling because then we're laughing, and then we're all very serious.
Yes,
That's okay.
it is okay.
It is part of the process. And goodness gracious, I want everybody to really honor themselves where they are. And if it's hard to find joy, well, then say, all right, it's hard for me to find some joy. I need some joy. I'm looking for it. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me.
Show me joy.
Show me joy. And then be open to it. Be open to it. So, all right. Okay. Oh, except for on an airplane, Linda. Don't talk about farts.
Yes.
So, thank you. Thank you. So I have to say, Michelle Marie is the second person to notice my glasses. So, and even funnier than, it gives crop dusting a whole new meaning.
It does.
So, and yes, that is why they call it comic relief.
It is.
So, goodness. And on that note, everyone, do take care, and we will see you again soon. Bye.